Hello everyone, this is Ahmed Najjar. In today's video I'm going to show you how to solve a common rigging problem. In this scenario I have this character, as you can see here, where I have applied the rigify rig on this character, and if I try now to move the things, as you can see the pant is rigged and the upper body is also rigged, but we notice that the shoes is not rigged yet. So what's the problem with this shoes? I didn't rig it yet, so before I rig it I need to explain the problem that I will face, and then we will see how this problem can prevent rigging this shoe, and then we will see how can we solve it. So this is what we will have in this tutorial or in this video. So if you are interested, you can continue till the end, and if you know how to do that thing, then you can skip this video simply. Before that, I would like to ask you to support me and subscribe in my channel, and give a thumbs up to the video at the end if you like it, and leave a comment describing any question or any concerns that you have on this video. So the problem here is that this shoe, if we take it like in object mode, if we take it or isolate it, we see that it consists of multiple components. If I go now to the edit mode, we see that the tie here is by itself as a component and it's a separate mesh, and also we have these metals where the tie comes in, and also the other parts of the shoe as well. So the problem here is that some components are separated from the others, so we have a separated meshes under the same object. This usually causes a problem. So if we go now to the object mode and we try to link this or parent this to the armature that we have, we will see what problem that this can bring. So simply I will select the shoe, and then I'm gonna select the armature, shoe and then armature, and Control P with automatic weights. Before I press here, I would like you sometimes, if the parenting fails, you will notice a message comes at the bottom of the screen here in the Blender interface telling you that Blender failed to find a weight for some bones or something like that. So let's try to do it and let's see the results that comes out of it. And in the best cases, if the weight parenting did all the things that it's expected, then we will see how the results when we move the rig will become. So Control P, parent with automatic weights, and we will see that now that let's apply the X mirror, because we have X mirror and there's no error message here, but let's see the result or the final result how it comes. So let's go to the pose mode and we grab the leg here, and if I move it now, grab, you see that some of the shoe parts are not moving, and it's very difficult in this case to go to weight paint and start trying to fix these things and to make it move as expected. So this is the problem. And if we go now to pose mode, let me go to pose mode, sorry, weight paint mode, go to object mode and select this, then this, and if we go to the weight paint mode, you will notice that there's some problems here goes on, and you will try to fix it. And then if I go now to the armature, where's the armature? This is the rig. I need to enable the deform bones and start trying to do the weight painting. Let me do that for you just to make sure that everything is fine. If I go now to the armature and enable this layer here, this is the bone, deformation bone, not this one, sorry, this one. We see that the deformation bones are there. If I go now to weight paint, or you can do that through the vertex groups, by the way, but you need to look for that bone along of long list of vertex groups. Let's go to the weight paint mode. If I press Control now, on this bone, you see that this bone affects this this group of the object, and you notice that here we have it totally red, and here we have totally black, and sometimes you try to fix it by painting it, and this will cause a very big headache for you. So that's not the way to solve this. So what's the better way to do it? What is the best way to do it? I'm gonna show you now the way to do it. Let me go back to object mode and disable this layer here. I don't need it. And let's disable the rig visibility right now. And let's go back here and unparent Alt P. I'm gonna just open the shortcut for you to know what I'm pressing here. So I'm gonna go to this object, Alt P, and clear parent, and then I will go and clean all the vertex groups that the previous parenting created. So now we came back to the point 0. What we will do right now is a new technique, or a technique that is very interesting. Actually, I saw it in one of the videos on YouTube. I'm gonna leave a link to that video also in the description. But the case here is that we need to create a new mesh. So let's create a new mesh. Shift A, box, mesh, plane, or cube. Okay. Now this cube, we need to scale it to roughly cover the boot or the shoe. Okay, just like this, and grab it Z like this. I need to cover the shoe with this horizontally and vertically. Grab tab. Let me go to tab and grab X, because I need to mirror it to the other shoe as well. And let's start shaping this cube according to the size of the shoe roughly. Grab X. So this is it. It's covering it from this side and from this side and from the back. And let's try to make it as much close as possible to the shoe. Like this, and then we bring this front face to cover the whole shoe like this. Now we will start trying to make this box taking the same shape of the boot itself. From the top also, it's very high. I think that we can bring it down. Grab Z until the edge, and as well from the bottom side. So now what I will do is I'm gonna just create Control R, one loop cut here, and another loop cut also here. Let me see how can we do it as fast as possible. So what I will do now is that I'm gonna take this face and this face, or this edge and this edge, and try to bring them down. Grab Z like this. Okay, and the width is fine. So we have this kind of shape. Okay, it's very simple. Now what I will do then is that I will go to the modifiers. I'm gonna add subdivision modifier, make it as 2. Okay, so again we need to make sure that it covers the shoe, all of it. So let me select this and grab Y to cover the whole shoe. The same thing we will do it down here. Grab Z. I think the bottom needs to be covered as well, just like this. So from all sides we make sure that this cube is covering everything. Let me also hide the pant for a while. So let me go to the pant and hide it. Okay, and make sure that at the top here it's also covering the shoe. Tap, grab Z. So like this, I'm pretty sure that everything is covered except this part. Grab Y. Okay, so everything is covered now. And what I will do as well is to get displace modifier, or we can do that earlier before we do this. It's okay. Now let's bring the displace modifier and see how can we tweak it. So you just make it fill the around the shoe itself, covering the shoe itself, and then let's bring another subdivision modifier to make it dense a little bit. This is what we want. We want it to be a little bit dense, and then we'll bring a shrink wrap modifier, and we select our shoe as the target. Okay, then we go and play with the offset a little bit to cover it. Okay, that's great. This is the shrink wrap modifier, and finally what I will do here is to bring its place, and we have also the remesh modifier. Okay, we make it smooth. We increase the depth to something like 7 to get the same shape as the boot. We're trying to just to cover everything within this, and now it's ready to be replicated. There's a mirror modifier just to cover the other shoe, as we see here. Here it is. Okay, so we have both of them. Now what I will do is that I will apply everything except the mirror modifier. So apply this. After this step, after the remesh, try not to play with everything else. That's it. Everything is in place. Apply, 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 and again apply, and keep the mirror active. It's okay. Okay, now we will parent this to the armature. So I'm gonna bring the armature back again. This is the rig that I have, or the rig that we have of Rigify. Then shift click on the rig and Control P with automatic weights. Now it will calculate the automatic weights, and it will apply it only on the new object, which is the cube that we have created. Then after it finishes this, what we will bring, let me just wait until it finish. It takes a lot of time because it's dense a little bit. So with X mirroring, okay, that's fine. Now if I go to pose mode of the rig, pose mode, and if I move it now, we see that this object is attached to it, but our shoes is not yet. Okay, so what we will do now is go back to object mode, select the shoe itself, the original one, which is where's the shoe? Down here. Here's the shoe, which is the original object, and add a mesh deform modifier. With the mesh deform modifier, the target object is the new object, which is the cube, and we will make it dynamic. Okay, so that when this object move, the shoe will move with it, and then we will bind them together. So clicking on bind will take a while. It will take a time depending on your computer specification, but we will leave it until it finish, and we will see after that the result of the shoe itself. So let's just wait a minute. Meanwhile, you can press like or subscribe in the channel, or leave a comment. So we're waiting. Okay, it will take time. This will take time because this is a very heavy, let's say, process that the computer is doing right now, and heavy computation is running in the background. But I've tested before. It will finish soon. Come on. So finally, it took around like 1 minute to finish the binding, okay? And as you can see now, it's binded to the object. Now what we will do is go to this cube. Where's the cube? Where's the cube? The cube is here. Why it came in under this? Where's the original one? I created the cube somewhere. I can't remember where. Okay, so anyway, I need to just hide it. Okay, if I see it here, it's in the rig. I was creating it in the rig in the first place, which is a mistake. Let's move it to the clothes here. Okay, and down here we can hide it, and let's go back to our rig and go to the pose mode and see the result of our process. As you can see now, the rig is taking every part in the shoe, and it's not leaving anything behind. Now the rest of the things, like these things that comes here, you can fix it by either adding a shape key or sculpting the original mesh of the shoe to make it a little bit puffy or outside the boundaries of the leg itself, or you can hide the mesh of the leg within the boot itself. So there are so many solutions for this, but that was the result, the expected result. Now we can move it. We can simply return back the pant, and here's the final result as we can see it. I can go now and grab this, let him sit. I'm not worried about everything regarding the shoe. So that's it. That was my video for today, and I hope you liked it. Or for example, like this, whatever, you can do whatever you want with this shoe. So that's it for today's video. Thank you very much. I hope you like it, and see you in the next video.